Now that I've spent a bit of time in Wanaka, it was time to see what I believe to be one of the most spectacular places in New Zealand, Mount Cook, also known as Aoraki in Maori. To get to Aoraki Cook National Park, I had to do a 2.5-hour road trip through some of the most spectacular scenery that I've ever been through, Linda's Pass. I've seen this beautiful set of mountains on many pictures and was very excited to drive through and experience it for myself. When I got there, it was completely different to what I expected. Linda's Pass exceeded my expectations. Such unique colours coupled with rugged terrain made it look like something from a movie scene. Once I passed the town of Twizzle and turned left just before Lake Pukaki, my journey to Mount Cook was nearing its end, and the several viewpoints parallel to the lake was surreal. The images I took along this road were anything but unique. Nevertheless, they were mine and I enjoyed taking every single one of them. Once I arrived at the White Horse Hill campground and parked my camper van for the evening, I quickly grabbed my photography gear and descended onto the Hooker Valley track. This track is an easy 5km one-way and only has 100 meters elevation gain. In the afternoon, it was flooded with people, but as we got closer to sunset, the people fizzled away.
Folks, I have arrived at Hooker Valley track. I've already begun 400 meters, chasing sunsets tonight. Cloud cover is hardly any, but that's all right because this place is magical. And on the way in, nothing beats it. A lot of people, that's all right. I reckon by the time sun sets, a lot of people will dissipate. So off we go. Yeah. So what I've done is I've taken an alternative path to get a little bit closer to the Hooker Lake. I just wanted to get away from the crowds, and I got a little bit of time to play around. So I found this really cool rock, mossy rock, that kind of in a way kind of directs your gives you a leading line towards the mountain, and then you got like a sunstar over there. It's looking really good. So I've been playing around with that. Maybe get some images out of it. So just really easy, to be honest. The great thing is you don't have to worry about ticks, you don't have to worry about snakes, because New Zealand is perfect. So yeah, I've got plenty of time to make it to the end. So what I might wait is just a little bit more for the sun to just partially be behind the mountain and get some really nice sun flares. And then I'll continue on and wait for the sunset. Just past the second bridge, making my way onto the third bridge, directly in front of me, Mount Cook. Can't really show you because the contrast between the shadows and it's too much.
And then I arrived at Aoraki, Mount Cook.
It's very interesting coming to this place for the first time. You really have no idea what you're doing. You're just overwhelmed at the surroundings and everything else, and it's you really do have to come here several times. Unfortunately, I can't, to really kind of look for composition and really get the best image. Nevertheless, it's most definitely worth coming. How amazing is this? Absolutely stunning. I have waited more than 3 years, but it's been 3 years in the making. Incredible, absolutely incredible scenes. People are slowly starting to leave, and means I'm gonna have a place to myself. Now, because I don't have a sky, well, I do have a sky, just no clouds in it, so it's creating quite a bit of a contrast from the mountaintop and the foreground and midground. So in order for me to balance the shot, I've put my Nisi graduated ND filter. Also got a polarizer to give it a bit of extra oomph. It's definitely doing that. So, essentially what I'm composing for, I've zoomed in all the way to 35 mils, f11. There is a bit of a reflection in the water. Yeah, looking perfect. And what I'm going to do is do another shot of the mountain. Just drop 1 to 1/8. Just to, yes, just to eliminate any, one more, whiteouts. But I think it looks good. So this is the first shot. Check it out. So you might be able to tell I've moved the fraction down and a little bit forward, and I think I found the sweet spot. Really emphasizing the rocks in the foreground and having Mount Cook in the back. My only trouble here is that, unfortunately, Mount Cook, or Aotearoa in Maori, looks quite small in image. So I will zoom in a little bit. Which really doesn't give it the same feel. But I guess we can get one reflection type image. So still sticking to f11, ISO 100. Time for a quick meal break and we'll get back to it. So we're sitting at 5:30 p.m. which means we've got another 30 minutes for sunset. Now, there's probably no point because with a cloudless evening like this, all we're going to do is get a little bit of magenta sky, and most likely nothing on the hilltop, the mountaintop. So you're not really going to get anything worth kind of celebrating about after the sunset. So I think just until the sun sets, that's probably the best time. Once we lose that light on the peak, game over.
The best images of the Hooker Valley track were to and from the lake. I will post these all on my Instagram for you to view. But before you head over there, hit that subscribe button and holler below. And as always, hooroo!